Brendan Trent was a modest man selected by Galactic as Earth's diplomat. He was of ordinary height, modestly dressed in a fitted navy suit, and his steady gaze conveyed a calm resolve. He swept the room, meeting the eyes or the equivalent of creatures who looked curiously at humanity. Some showed apathy, others contempt, but a few respected the council's newest member. Brendan started his speech. The tension in his chest eased with the comfort of a well-practiced cadence. Humanity has no drive for conquest, nor do we pursue partnerships that would draw us into galactic conflicts. We seek only impartiality, an opportunity to discover our place in the galaxy free from interference. A voice rose above the rest, deep and guttural, cutting through the murmurs across the room. It was King Zial, ruler of the Vir Dominion. His armored body, more than 8 ft tall, bristled and glinted menacingly beneath the chamber's artificial lights. A sly grin twisted his lipless mouth, his crimson eyes locked onto Brendan. How conceited and naive. Do you think the galaxy is? Do you really believe it'll leave you alone just because you asked politely? His words stirred tension. The Velar Dominion was one of the most powerful empires in the Council, feared for its aggression, respected for its strength, and known for its contempt of weakness. What I believe the alien monarch meant, Brendan replied calmly, is that undervaluing a species may come at one's own peril. He paused, then added, humanity desires peace, but we are willing to defend ourselves if necessary. A soft musical laugh rose from Zial's left. Durich, an elder of the Khazari group, watched the scene with knowing eyes. His green and blue amphibian skin shimmered under the lights. Dirk's voice held the weight of centuries. King Zial, you'd be wise to listen. Humanity may not be as technologically advanced as the Dominion, but they are incredibly resourceful. History is filled with tales of those who underestimated a determined enemy only to pay a heavy price. Zial's sneer faded, but not entirely. He leaned forward, his massive frame casting a long shadow. Old legends and scare tactics, he growled. Your species may cower behind caution. You may choose neutrality, but should you stumble into my path? The chamber fell silent, disturbed only by the subtle hum of ambient systems. I will show you the price of defiance. Startled whispers filled the room. Brendan remained still, undaunted. Your Majesty, he said, this is not a threat. It is an appeal to understand humanity's position. History shows we adapt, we innovate, we endure, but when trapped, we respond in ways you can't predict. Laughter erupted across the room, mocking, echoing. Humans are impulsive, short-lived, open books full of conflict and chaos, someone scoffed. I find it funny, another voice said, that Brendan Trent dares threaten the council. A chime rang out, silencing the noise. The council speaker, a dignified representative of the crystalline viner species, rose gracefully. The motion is before us. Shall we acknowledge Earth's neutrality? Ballots were silently cast. A holographic tally shimmered above the chamber. With a majority vote, the speaker announced, the council acknowledges Earth's neutrality. But there was a catch. This recognition is advisory only. It is not legally binding. King Zial, the council urges you to honor this choice. Suddenly Ziali stood, his motion echoed like thunder. The Dominion does what it sees fit, he roared. Delegates flinched. Some shouted objections, others sat in silence. Without another word, Zial stormed out, his armored boots echoing ominously down the corridor. Brendan exhaled quietly. The warning had been delivered, but the burden remained. Humanity's neutrality was far from safe. Scene shift, Earth Command Center, Rocky Mountains. Commander Adrian Jones stood in the fortified command center beneath the Rockies. A veteran strategist, a survivor, his sharp blue eyes scanned the latest intelligence. The Velar fleets were moving. A junior officer saluted briskly. Sir, council report from diplomat Trent just arrived. Jones's jaw tensed as Brendan's calm voice filled the room. King Zial, Jones muttered. Galaxy's biggest bully, he won't let this go. What are your orders, sir? The officer asked. Jones leaned back. If Zial moves, we won't just survive. We'll show him why humans are feared. Prepare Black Ops contingency plans. If the Velar Dominion wants war, they're getting one. The next morning, Earth was invaded. The first attack came at dawn. Dark-winged, carnivorous birds, Velar vessels glowing black, descended with surgical precision. Cities worldwide plunged into chaos. Strange weapons crackled with alien energy. Towering beasts carried waves of Dominion ground troops. The invasion had begun. In New York, Commander Jones stood tall, battle-worn armor gleaming. His elite team was ready. Sergeant Victor, hail status. Forward bases are up, jammers are holding. Their drones are hunting resistance groups. Smoke billowed below, explosions, screams, panic. Jones gripped the railing. They came not just to conquer but to make a statement. Let's make them regret it. Underground, a counterattack using sewers and abandoned transit tunnels. Hale led a strike team deep behind enemy lines. They set traps, EMP grenades, explosives, then they struck. Alien tech flickered, failing, weapons jammed, armor failed, the humans hit hard. Adaptability neutralizes advantage, Hale said with a smirk. Another soldier muttered while reloading, not that they're alive to take notes. But despite tactical wins, Earth was losing ground. Veer precision overwhelmed defenses. In the Mountain Command Center, Jones faced the reality. How long do we have? He asked. 2 weeks, sir, maybe less, said Major Cross. Jones clenched his fists. They needed something bold, desperate. Silent strike, Ghost Squad, activate the plan. Sir, it's risky. We'll be sending a team right into Zyle's stronghold. We have no choice, Jones growled. Take him out, the Dominion falters. Ghost Squad assembled, a covert operation years in the making, a mission with one goal, capture or eliminate King Zle on Valera Prime. Victor Hale volunteered first, expert in sabotage. Demolition specialist Garfield Cole joined next, witty, deadly, and precise. Each member brought unique skills. Together, they formed Ghost Squad. Meanwhile, on Valera Prime, Zal watched the invasion unfold from his throne, smug, confident. Resistance was expected, he muttered. Let them fight, it makes their fall all the more delightful. His general Arvex stepped forward. Majesty, the humans are using strange but effective tactics. Zal smiled coldly. Then it's time we remind them no one defies the Dominion and survives. This is the center of the Valor Dominion, Zyro said, with piercing eyes sweeping the group. He believes he is untouchable, that his castle is impenetrable. Tonight we'll show him he's wrong. Our goal is simple, capture or kill Zyro. No hesitation, no detours. Each man steeled himself. Lieutenant and the team nodded. The demolition specialist, Garfield Cole, broke the hush with a casual. Just stroll in, take a king, enter the galaxy's most guarded area and leave in one piece. Sounds easy. As he examined his sniper weapon, Sergeant Victor Hale grinned. Maybe you'll live long enough to blow things up if you don't stick out. Jones gave himself a quick grin. Attention, gents, we're on time. The insertion proceeded without a hitch. The stealth ship landed in a canyon surrounded by jagged rock formations just 2 kilometers away. Smooth, just how Jones liked it. As the group disembarked, freezing winds from Era Prime pierced their armor. The Citadel, a colossal building, loomed shrouded in dim light. Jones gave the command, a signal on the radio as alien floodlights swept past and moved out quietly. The squad moved forward in formation, silent. Jones led the way, eyes sharp. Hale followed, sniper ready, scanning for targets in the shadows. Cole brought up the rear, loaded with gear and explosives. They arrived at a tall wall lined with automated turrets and patrols. 2 soldiers crouched on the north tower, scoping the area. 3 more patrolled the wall. Cole muttered, turrets cycle every 6 seconds. Got us a window. Jones nodded. The demolition specialist began planting a small EMP charge at the turret's base, followed by a muffled whump. The turret shut down. Jones ordered the squad to scale the defenses. Grappling hooks launched. They moved like shadows over the top of the wall and dropped silently into the courtyard below. The air smelled of ozone and metal. Jones raised his fist. The squad froze. A distant buzz of machinery echoed through the vast area. A patrol of Valor soldiers marched in close formation, luminous visors slicing through the gloom. Jones waited, hand hovering over his sidearm. The patrol passed, their heavy footfalls faded. No incident. Now the first major challenge, the Citadel's interior, a maze of hallways, each more heavily secured than the last. Jones consulted his wrist-mounted holo map. Static which way? Cole muttered. Jones pointed left. The squad moved carefully, avoiding the throne room 3 levels above. Retry, Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.